Next, I darkened up the yellows and oranges, applying over the pale brown mix to create a graduated transition into lots of the dark areas on the edges of the wings.
Hi, it's Anna Mason, and in this mini class I'm going to demo how I painted this gorgeous monarch butterfly. Monarch butterflies have the most incredible migration behaviours. Every autumn, millions of monarch butterflies migrate en masse 3,000 miles from their breeding grounds in northeastern North America to spend the winter in the forests of southwestern Mexico, clustering together in the trees. Each migration is by a new generation, so they can't learn from each other. Instead, they rely on their genes. Their antennae have a genetic clock that tells them when to migrate, and to navigate, they measure the sun's position on the horizon with their eyes. This is definitely a species that sparks curiosity and, quite frankly, awe, which makes them all the more fun to paint. Let's take a look.
I began with a drawing that marked out the main areas of pattern, including the outlines of the important white spots. I began the painting by using watery grey paint and a small brush to mark in the shadow underneath the butterfly, making sure the mix was pale enough that I could achieve a smooth, graduated transition into the paper colour below it. Adding a second layer up close to the butterfly so the shadow was darker there. Then I applied the brightest yellows with a milky consistency mix to the yellow areas of the wings, but also into the dark brown areas too, as the yellow would be able to sit underneath that dark brown colour with no issues. Next, I created a more orange version of this mix by adding in some of my transparent orange paint, but kept the mix watery so that I was painting the lightest version of the oranges I could see within each orange area. Butterfly wings do have a slightly iridescent look, so it's important to capture some lighter flecks within each area of colour. With the paper dry, I used a watery version of a dark brown to work into all of the dark brown and black areas of the wings. This meant painting around the white spots. I used this pale watery version of the dark brown so that I'll be able to leave some flecks through to this colour when I layer on a darker one, giving the iridescent and realistic result. Plus, if I make a mistake with this paler mix, I'll be better able to lift the paint off the paper with some damp kitchen roll. With a pale version of the butterfly painted, I could see that the shadow would need to be darker, so I added another layer to it with more watery grey paint. Then I mixed up some really thick dark brown and black paint and applied it to the body, painting the antennae as well and into the dark areas of pattern on the wings, but I held off from painting the lines as I wanted to darken up the yellows and oranges before I did that, or else the colours might bleed into each other. I used lots of short brush strokes to mirror the almost hairy visual texture I could see there, leaving gaps to the layer underneath wherever the colour seemed lighter. Next, I darkened up the yellows and oranges, applying over the pale brown mix to create a graduated transition into lots of the dark areas on the edges of the wings. With those orange areas darker and dry, I could see that I needed to darken the darker areas some more, so I mixed some more thick dark brown mix and applied to those areas I wanted to darken, including the lines on the wings. I then used an orange-brown mix to darken a few other areas to make the butterfly seem more unified, before darkening the darkest areas a little bit more and neatening the edge of the butterfly as I did so. Then I darkened a few of the yellow areas some more and added a few final details.
A full video class of this monarch butterfly is available now in my online school. If you've enjoyed this mini class, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, then flutter over to animasonart.com where you can take full-length video classes for free and find a whole heap of resources to help you pick up your brush and paint the way you've always wanted to. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon to help you create watercolours with wow.